What is up, guys? What is up? Did you miss us? Nah, you probably didn't, but that's okay. That's okay.
I don't even miss us.
You know, shut up. Yeah, okay. You know my guest. You know who he is. Ladies and gentlemen.
I'm still trapped here.
The happier he gets, the less he sees.
Fuck you.
It's Tristan. Do I need to say anything else? I mean, yeah.
Probably a public apology.
A public apology? No, I think it's you that I should issue an apology for you.
For me.
I mean, like I
what
said,
have I did wrong?
You can direct all hate mail directly to T-Chen. T-twat.
Look, man, I'm just keeping it real.
Yeah, you keep it a little too real. Okay. But, you know what? Okay, seriously. Our coworkers out there, because, like I said, we're back in our conference room.
Are we talking shit about them?
No. Our coworkers, specifically my one coworker, she was legit, like, watching pimple popping videos.
Those videos are so fun to watch.
For, like, the last 10 minutes of work. I'm like, are you fucking kidding? You cannot think of anything to do.
But those things are so fun and satisfying.
Okay, if you like watching pimple popping videos, you need mental help.
No.
It's sick.
I watched them with my cousins.
Oh, my God. I don't know what's wrong with you people. Like, I don't know what's worse. Like, watching pimple popping videos or, like, my 600-pound life. Like, both are equally disgusting to me.
There's this one video where this guy got, like, a illegal tattoo in Mexico. And he had this giant growth in his back.
You just have to stop with illegal tattoo in Mexico.
And he had this giant gross growth in his back. And
Assist.
I mean, it was big. The lady was just stepping on it with her feet to try and pop it, and it was like a waterfall.
Stop it. I'm gonna vomit.
It was like a broken faucet. It
all
was
over.
Gross.
Oh my God, you're fucking gross.
I'll send you.
I will throw up.
I'll put the link in the description for you guys to see.
Please don't. My God. But yeah, so it's either that or I think I'd still avoid watching the pimple popping, and then I'll watch my 600-pound life. It's just gross. Like, I don't know. Like, I can't watch people engorge themselves with fucking food, and I can't watch pimple poppers squirting shit out of their I can't.
There's like a whole genre in Korea where you just watch beautiful people eat food. Like, they'll live stream themselves eating like McDonald's or something, and people start like sending them messages and donating money to them.
Clearly I've missed my calling. You think people would pay to watch me eat
food? No, God, no, not you. You don't.
Not even a chance.
Maybe there's some niche market for pasty white girls, but you know.
Not even a chance, huh? Okay.
No, God, no.
And now that my dreams are shattered.
Don't even try.
But, okay, in all fairness, my skin has cleared up.
The scarring has finally diminished.
The scarring, yeah. I don't look like I have leprosy anymore. Okay, but guys, seriously, like, I don't understand. Today, I just got so angry. Like, I almost, like, yelled at a fat person today. I was just so
Which
irritated.
fat person?
No, okay, because you know how we have to go over and drop mail off, and we have to go to that building. There's like a parking structure, and there we have, for my department specifically, we have reserved parking. And because like I have usually stacks of papers that I have to take in there, piles of shit, and I was like driving in there, and I was like, okay, like ready to park in my parking spot, and this stupid Prius just like goes right into my parking spot. I'm just like, what the fuck?
That's reserved.
That's mine. Number one, because I don't want to walk. Like,
Number two.
And I have papers in my hands. But anyways, so out steps this young, huge lady. Like, she's huge. I'm sorry, she is.
Like obese fat.
Yeah, basically. And she's like waddling out of the car, and I'm just like,
you can see the car tilt shift as she gets out.
I was trying not to make it worse, but yeah, so she's like,
that's what I'm here for.
Walking out, and I'm just like, dude, seriously, like, just because you don't want to walk, like, I have more of a right not to walk than you do. So
it's in my job description.
I'm like, this is my parking. So anyways, I'm like, and then there's like to get up to the building, there's like two relatively small flights of stairs you gotta climb.
Yeah.
So she goes for the elevator. I'm not even kidding you. She goes to the freaking elevator, and she's waiting. And by the time I haul all my shit up the 2 flights of stairs, she's still waiting for the elevator.
Ooh.
I'm like, on what level of laziness, like, do you have to be on?
Maybe that's why they're that fat.
I'm telling you, though, like, okay.
It's like, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Like,
Yeah.
Was she just lazy then got fat, or was she fat and then got lazy?
I don't know. But I'm telling you, it's like, and like I said, this is going to sound so messed up, but I don't care.
You don't care what, Jessica?
No, because, okay.
Eradicate the...
No, but I'm telling you that I think it should make people mad. And like I said, you're going to be like, oh, well, why is it your problem what they do with their bodies? Well, honestly, though, it's kind of like sad for me to watch people like abuse their bodies and, you know, they're unhealthy. And mind you, I know girls who are just naturally, you know, they're thick and they're curvy and they look great, but they're like, they do yoga, they're out busting their butts in the gym, like they like their shape, they maintain their curvy little shape, and that's great. And like I said, mind you can be skinny and unhealthy. Like there's plenty of unhealthy people that are skinny and that just like eat water and Adderall. I'm telling you. So yeah, there's all types of unhealthy. So being fat and unhealthy are kind of like don't necessarily go hand in hand.
Yeah, they're not necessarily together.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I think that's just like watching people kind of be unhealthy bothers me. Watching people, you know, eat a bunch of nasty shit and, you know, just kind of they're not active. They just kind of gave up on life. And I feel bad because I'm just like, man, like, you know.
It's like almost like a waste of life.
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't be that mean, but I'm saying that, like, you know, you have to wonder what got them to that point to where, like, they just don't care about, you know, what they do to their bodies and, you know, what they're eating and, you know, what they're doing. It's kind of like, you know, they're just...
I feel like we should shame them.
No.
Start a new movement called fat shaming.
No, see, this sounds terrible because, like, I'm not fat. So it's like you can't.
Says you.
So, okay, anymore. No, okay, I wasn't even fat. I was, like... Chubby. I was getting chubby. And then, like, I kind of... Okay, but this was the same thing. I had to go to school and work full time. I was getting lazy and I was just like, you know what, like,
you don't have the time to work out.
Nobody got time for that. And then I kind of just started to notice the scale gradually rise, and I noticed, like, you know, my little love handles, and I was just like, you know,
maybe I can be curvy.
Because curvy entails that you have boobs and ass. So no, I couldn't even pull off the curvy look if I wanted to.
So all your fat goes straight to your waist and thighs and...
Yeah, pretty much. All the wrong places. So it's like if your stomach starts to stick out further than your boobs, and it's like you got a problem.
yeah, something needs to change.
So yeah, that's when I kind of got into my like little health kick, and I was like, you know what? By the time I hit my mid-20s, I'm gonna be in my prime. Like I'm just gonna like be in my best shape. I'm gonna look my best. I'm gonna feel my best.
How's that been going?
Yeah, about a year ago when I was 25, I felt like I looked great. I was in good shape. I was on it. I worked out like nearly every day.
Then it all went downhill.
Well, not necessarily. Like I still work out, but I don't work out as like intensely.
You're not much as a health nut.
I try and eat right. Like I said, I'm eating right. I gave up any meat products, and I'm just kind of like trying to find a good way to nourish myself, get my right amount of protein, get my right amount of fruits and veggies, whatever. And I also try and work out, I'd say maybe at least 2 to 3 days a week. Not every day because, like I said, I'm a busy motherfucker. And like I said, I got this podcast, you know, takes up a lot of my time.
It eats up so much of our time.
It eats up so much of my time. Tristan, you know, but okay, I'm telling you. I went to Utah over the weekend.
I saw the snaps.
Yeah. Oh my God. So I'm not fit for travel. Like I'm not fit for road trip traveling. I'm probably the worst kind of traveler there is because I hate driving. My butt hurts after a while. I'm lazy.
You just get really uncomfortable.
I get really uncomfortable, and I swear at one point, like I was so tired driving that I could have sworn that the lines on the highway were just kind of commingling. Yeah, they just kind of start falling into each other, and I was like, I think that's a sign I should pull over. But but I kept at it anyway.
No one else could have taken over.
Well, that's the thing. My poor, my boyfriend's brother, who I went with, he had just gotten back from Utah, driving to Utah. He has like a weekly route there.
Yeah.
So he literally just got back, and I'm making him drive there all over again because we had to pick up my boyfriend, who his main base is in Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
So he had no ride home, and instead of being dicks and making him take the bus, we decided You know what? We'll go get you.
It's a road trip.
Road trip. I'm so fun. Like, road trip.
You're just full of regret, like 2 hours in.
Full of regret. Oh my god. I was just like, halfway through, I was like, this. I should have made him take the fucking bus, the shuttle, like anything else.
At which point was it too late to turn back?
Oh my god. Like, cause he drove. So basically his brother wanted to stop in Laughlin, and he wanted to eat at the In-N-Out there because he has this thing where he's trying to eat at every single In-N-Out. Don't know why. I don't know why. That's his thing.
Stupid.
I'm not hating on you, Danny. I love you, but you're so weird. But yeah, so he's like, can we please stop at the Laughlin In-N-Out so I can, he has his whole hat collection. He has like everything.
So he has like a record of it.
He has a record of it. So I was like, but that's like an hour backtracking, and
It's an hour detour?
It's an hour fucking detour. And I was like, Daddy, like, no. But then naturally, like, I felt so bad because he was like already going out of his way to go with me all the way down there, and he had just gotten back, and he was pretty much wasting away his whole weekend doing this. So I was like, I felt guilty, and I said, fine.
You caved.
I caved. And I was like, there's not even something I could eat there. Like, so yeah, we stopped at the In-N-Out, and I'm pretty sure by the time we pulled into the In-N-Out and he was getting his hat signed and his little gold coin, I was regretting it.
You regret that too.
I was regretting it. But he was happy, and I was just like, oh my god, like, I hate you all. Like, I was just tired. I had the only thing I could get was animal fries, and I was eating it, and I was just like, oh my god, I was tired already. And I was like, there's no way. We had like 6 more hours to fucking go. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to survive. So going to about, I want to say, we got to Vegas, and then he was like, I'm pretty tired. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm up.
Yeah.
So I drove the remainder 5-6 hours or whatever.
Ooh.
Oh,
that's rough.
My God. I was just, I couldn't deal. And the last 2 hours, and he had said it before, he was like, the last 2 hours are going to be the worst. And I was like, yeah, I'll be all right.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the last 2 hours
were the worst.
Like, if I could have cried. And it's kind of like you're on the road for so long, and he started going to sleep. And sometimes, like, it would annoy me that he was sleeping and I was, like, driving. So I kind of, like, go on the side of the road a little bit where it starts going, like, bumping. Yeah. And he would, like, shoot up, like, what? What's going on?
If I can't sleep, neither can you. Fuck
like,
you and your In-N-Out.
He was like, what? Are you okay? I'm like, oh, yeah. I just kind of swerved off a bit.
Drop your hands. I'm starting to see things.
I'm such an asshole. And I was so spiteful. I was like, why does he get to sleep? So, yeah, we didn't get there until about 2 a.m. Mm-hmm. I was, like, done.
Yeah.
And my boyfriend's, like, trying to be all picky, like, can you guys wait a sec while I unload my stuff? And I was like, I'm going to kill you if I don't sleep. Like, if I do not sleep now, I will kill you. And you should be grateful that I survived.
That I survived.
I almost didn't. I was so exhausted. And by the time, like, I told him, I was like, you're getting me a hotel and I'm gonna sleep in a bed because I can't handle this. Like, I like I said, my butt hurt. I was like not thinking clearly anymore at that point, and I was like, I don't even care. Like, I'll pull out my credit card, I'll pay to sleep for a couple hours because I'm exhausted. I need a bed. I need a bed.
Should do Airbnb.
No, it's 2 in the fucking morning, Tristan. The only people that are up at that time are like hookers and prostitutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I didn't
They're
have.
very secure.
Or drug dealers, one or the other. But it's Utah, so I doubt it. Probably just nothing. So yeah, I got the hotel. We got the hotel. I got to sleep. It was, oh my God. I just like poured into the bed. It was so nice.
You just melted into like a little puddle of human.
Yeah, because we had to drive back all the next day. So I spent my whole Saturday driving, and then my whole Sunday driving back.
Yeah.
And we stopped at a Starbucks because my boyfriend knows me very well. And he was like, do you want me to stop and Prim so you can get a Starbucks? And I was like, fuck yeah, I do. Like, yes, please. So we stopped there, and I usually always go for a medium. I'm a grande person.
You're a grande gal.
Yeah, because I figure small is just not enough.
Too
small. And Venti is like, you have
big.
fucking problems.
You have diabetes.
You have diabetes.
You have to feed the diabetes.
And you're severely overweight. Because honestly, okay, so
those things are huge.
Those things are freaking huge. Okay, so Tristan, I order a grande. I order, I think a frat. And I was just like, you know what? I just need a couple shots. I'll get home, whatever. So they call my order and I see it's a big one. It's a venti. And I was like, but I didn't want to say anything because I'm pretty sure I paid for grande.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, just take the venti. But oh my God. And I understand now why I don't, because I'm like, who in their right mind could drink that?
Yeah.
I almost drank it all.
You drank the whole thing.
Yeah, because I was like, you know what? Like, I'm not, there's no way I can finish this. This is gross. Like, that's too much coffee.
Yeah.
It was too much coffee. And I see bitches in there ordering ventis, and I'm just like, girl.
I will not turn into you.
No. Check your life. Yeah. But no. Because I had nothing to do. I was driving, so I was sipping on the frap, and then eventually I was just like,
it was natural instinct.
You hear the end of the end, and it's like,
you're like, what?
Oh, did I finish it already?
Yeah.
My boyfriend's looking at me like, you finished that entire thing? And I was like, I had nothing to do. Like,
you were just bored.
So I'm driving. Yeah. So now I'm convinced that I'm going to be fat just from, like, drinking all of that. I feel.
Yeah, that thing's like, what, 600 calories?
I felt horrible. I don't even want to know how many calories that was, but I felt like a worthless piece of shit after drinking it. And I was just like, okay, that's it. But no.
Spend the whole weekend driving and drinking a venti frappuccino.
Okay, yeah, pretty much. But yeah, that was my weekend. It was great.
Great?
No.
You said that with such a straight face.
I was so tired. I was just on another level. Like, I looked hideous. Like, my eyes had bags. My hair was like, frizzles. I had a hat. I wore a freaking hat. Like, you only do that when you've given up. Like, I wore a hat and I was over it. And yeah, I didn't bring all my makeup. That was rock bottom for me. But yeah, anyways, one of the things I actually wanted to get into, since we already wasted half this podcast talking about
your dumb road trip.
My stupid road trip. So, do you remember? Did you have a middle school boyfriend or girlfriend? Like, do you remember middle school dating?
Yeah. Yes.
So, at what point did you get like your very first like middle school relationship?
The second half of 7th grade.
Oh no, never mind. You beat me. It's pretty sad when Tristan gets a girlfriend before I did. Yeah, I don't even think I got a first boyfriend until 8th grade.
8th grade? I feel like that's too young.
Yeah, okay, but this is my point. It wasn't a real relationship because
it was a middle school relationship.
It was a phone relationship.
Oh.
Okay, so do you remember? So this is when we had landlines, no cell phones. I did not have a cell phone in middle school.
Yeah.
So the very first, because I got reminded of this because I was talking to my friend and we were laughing about like middle school relationships.
Yeah.
And we were cracking up because it was like before, I think it was barely when MySpace was becoming a thing, but it wasn't like we weren't super into it or anything.
Yeah.
And yeah, we had no cell phones. We just had our landline. So, we get into a relationship and be like, okay, call me at exactly 5 o'clock. And then you tell your whole family, nobody answer the phone. I'm expecting a phone call.
Yeah.
And you wait for that one ring.
Yeah, like for what happened to me, I'd call her and be like, hi guys, and I'd be her dad. And I'd be like, hi, can I speak to Mrs. Chen? Hi, Mr. Chen. Hi. I'd just be so nervous because I'm talking to her dad. Yeah. Like, can I talk to Sally Susan? And then he'd be like, no. And he hung up, and I was like, okay.
Are you serious?
Yeah. 'Cause, like, her dad didn't like me.
Oh, man. I know. I remember.
My middle school relationship didn't work out.
It didn't work out. I think, we could say the same. No, I'm telling you, it was the funniest thing because this is literally how simple it was. I think when I started hitting 8th grade, I was like, kind of thinking I was grown up enough when really I looked like a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
But I started trying to look like a girl anyway, and I was like wearing skirts. I kind of started putting on a little bit of makeup. I thought I looked cute. I had thin eyebrows. Yeah. I plucked my eyebrows to freaking nothing, and I was like, I'm confident enough in myself.
I'm confident in me.
Okay, but this is my thing. My standards were relatively different than most people's because I had a thing for, back in middle school, my absolute favorite band was AFI, and you probably don't know who that is, but the lead singer had long hair. Like, my very first crush was a guy with long hair, and I said, you know what? That is hot. I don't know what it is.
I want it now.
Because I think the trend was having spiky hair. Like, that was
short, spiky, gelled hair.
So, like, literally every kid had that. And I was like, that's so basic. They're all basic bitches. Like,
I want something different.
I wanted something different. So when I first saw a music video of them and I saw the guy, and I was like, holy shit. Like, who is that? And, yeah, he had long hair, and he was just so hot. And so ever since then, I had a thing for guys with long hair. So there was literally only maybe like 3 dudes in our school that had long hair. So I picked one of them.
You picked one of them, yeah. So eeny, meeny, miny, mo, you.
And I said, I want that one.
It's like a grocery store.
Okay, so basically, I had told so he had a girlfriend at the time.
Oh, so were you like a homewrecker?
No, okay, I didn't really care. I just like saw him hanging around with a girl, and I assumed like that's his girlfriend, but I think I look cuter, so maybe I have
You had a chance.
I had a chance. So basically, I told my really big mouthed friend, I said, hey, you see that guy over there? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, well, I think he's really hot. And she was like, really? You like him? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, I have PE with him, knowing that she's a big mouth.
Yeah.
Knowing she's going to spill the fucking beans and she won't resist. Like, I pretended like I didn't know she had PE with him. I was like, what a coinkydink. Well, that's cool. Like, forget I told you. You know?
Playing fucking coy.
Okay, so naturally,
word gets to him.
Yeah. So she goes to PE and she just straight up tells him, hey, you know that little white girl? And everyone knew when you say little white girl, it was me.
It was you.
Pretty much, because I was one of the only white chicks at that school. So if you said my little blonde friend, chances are they're talking. Yeah, it was me. And I guess apparently he said.
So when someone was like, that white bitch crazy, it was you.
It was me. So yeah. So basically, I guess she told him. Naturally, I knew she would. And he was like, really? Like, she likes me? Okay, well, like, tell her to call me.
Yeah.
And I guess, like, he wrote down his number, his landline on a piece of paper, and he gave it to her. So naturally, like, when it comes down, I think, to our last break or lunch or however, my loudmouth friend comes up to me, and she's like, guess what? I was like, what?
Like, what did you do?
I knew what she did. And she was like, so, like, I don't get mad, but I kind of told him that you liked him, and I was like, no, you didn't. So yeah, and she was like, and guess what? He's gonna break up with his girlfriend right now.
Oh, you ruined him.
No, okay, I made his life. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. So yeah,
like a parasite. You like grabbed onto him and sucked his life force out.
So basically, she's like, oh, and he gave me his number and said he wants you to call him at 5 o'clock. Exactly. And I was like, really? Okay, like, I can do that. So naturally, I called him at 5 o'clock when I got home, and it was just like, and I had to play it so cool. Yeah. Like, I didn't expect it. Like, hey,
what's up?
What's up? But on the inside, I was nervous because, like, I had never called a guy. Yeah. I had never been interested in a guy. It was kind of like my first, like...
So inside, he was just screaming in fire.
Yeah, pretty much. So I was like, hey. And, like, from then on, we had, like, a full-blown conversation. And what the funny part is actually, he turned out to be really funny. Like, we got along really well. And he was just like, so I broke up with my girlfriend.
That's how it started.
No, like, that part came, like, towards the end because we talked for probably about a few hours. Yeah. So, the conversation went on from, like, the end of school when you get home till, like, bedtime. It's like, no, you hang up. No, you hang up. So, yeah, he was like, so, yeah, like, I ended things with my girlfriend. And I was like, oh, no.
You're, like, jumping up and down. Sure.
I sound like the worst person ever.
God, you're a cunt.
I can't do this anymore. I feel like I should stop now. And he was out. So he's like, so you want to go out with me? And I was like, oh my god, really? Yeah. Sure.
You were the rebound.
So yeah, long story short, I said yeah, I agreed. And then the next day at school, I completely avoided him. Like,
you just couldn't.
I just couldn't. Like, the entire day, I was just like, nope. And I thought I saw him. I thought I just saw hair. And I was like, no. And I went the other way and I ran. And he called me at the same time the next day after school. And he was like, hey, so, like, where were you? And I was like,
you know.
I was just around, but I'll see you tomorrow. And then finally, after the third day of hiding,
You finally met face to face.
Well, he came up to me and he was like, okay, cut the shit.
Like, what the fuck?
Like, enough's enough. Like, we talk on the phone every day and you still can't come up and talk to me. And I was like, I'm sorry. So, yeah, eventually, like, I got comfortable enough to where I was like, okay, like, maybe we can hold hands.
Yeah.
And it worked out for a couple months.
A couple months.
But no, I think the funny thing is just that the way we did in middle school, like, before all that stuff, it's kind of like, it's so innocent and so, like,
yeah,
cliche. Like, it's just so far-fetched, and we think, like, oh my god, I'm in an actual relationship. And it was hilarious. But, I mean, I don't know. It's just funny.
That doesn't happen anymore, I feel like.
It doesn't happen anymore. And I'm, like, so curious to know, because now with, like, Instagram, Facebook, and stuff, I'm so curious to know
how the young kids are dating.
How the young kids are dating now. Yes, I would like to know, because it's like, I'll put you at my number 1 in my top 8. I'll totally do that for you.
I feel like it's just way easier, because now you can just bypass the parents and just text them directly.
Oh, man. And then the freaking devil was call waiting, because, like, I know my mom was getting a call on the other line, and I would just ignore it. Or my mom was like, if you don't hang up the phone right now. It's like, or what?
You're like,
and the guy's like, I think you should go and let your mom use the phone. And I was like, fine. But it's just, no, I think it was so funny. And you know what's, I'm still friends with this guy to this day.
Oh,
we're not BFFs, like, let's have tea time, but it's kind of like, you know,
like,
hey.
every month or so, just, like, hit each other up or something.
Just kind of like not even really, it's just kind of like a, hey, like, wish you well, like, hope things are going good.
Like,
I think,
happy birthday.
Yeah, I think he has a girlfriend, he has, like, a serious, like, girlfriend now, and I'm like, oh, that's cool, you know, good for you. It's kind of, you know, that's it. Mm-hmm. But hopefully he doesn't listen to that.
Hopefully he doesn't listen to your podcast.
He's going to think I'm the weirdest person ever for rehashing a middle school relationship. But I think it's funny.
You think he still has a chance?
Huh?
do you think, what if he's listening right now and think, I still have a chance?
No. It's like one of those things you just like completely grow out of, and like we look like completely different people now, so it's kind of like, why did I like you? You don't have long hair no more.
You lost the only thing of value.
I'm just kidding, but no, yeah, like we're like just so different now, so it's kind of like, it's just funny to just, I think when you kind of connect with someone that you used to have a middle school telephone relationship with or whatever, it's pretty funny. But anyways, no, I was reading. Moving on. Next topic. But I read this thing. So basically, like I said, I have been stuck reading a lot of these books, and one of the things that it kind of said was, or one of the things that this person had said was how monogamy is unrealistic and unnatural.
And for our uneducated listeners, could you please explain to them what monogamy is?
I don't even know how to take that seriously.
I'm talking about me.
Oh my God, you're so stupid. Okay, Tristan, monogamy is something you probably haven't heard of, but it's called being faithful to one person throughout the duration of your...
I am very faithful.
Because you have no choice. Like, but being faithful...
beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah, being faithful throughout the duration of your relationship. So basically he's saying that being faithful and just... monogamy in general is not natural. Mm-hmm. And I can honestly 100% see that, because
I agree.
We choose to be faithful to one person throughout the duration of a relationship, but you're high off your ass if you think that person does not look at other hot people.
Yeah. Eye candy, window shopping, that happens to everyone.
Yeah, like, you know, you're on a diet, but you still look at the menu.
Yeah. That's one way of looking at it.
Okay, no, I'm not gonna lie. But you know what? Lately, I was telling my boyfriend the other day, I was like, lately I've been having a thing for, like, older men. I was like, you know, if I do check out anybody, it's, like, these older, like, just, yeah, these older dudes. They're, I don't know, off topic, but, yeah, these older guys lately, they're stepping up.
Killing it.
They're killing it in the game. I'm like, man. But anyways, yeah, so... I mean, what do you think about that? Do you think it's something that, you know, our society, we're just accustomed to picking one person and sticking with it because that's what we're supposed to do? We're supposed to get married. We're supposed to stay faithful. And like I said, I've been faithful for a long time, and I mean, there's nothing wrong. I think if you're happy, you have an easy time doing it. But like, we're literally choosing to be faithful because I know for a fact my boyfriend checks out other people, and I'm totally like I said.
Yeah, I think checking out other people is totally fine.
It's totally
it's whether or not
natural.
You act on that.
Right. But like I said, what do you think in general?
In general, yeah, I can kind of agree. Yeah, I think it's instinctual.
Like, because we're instinctively looking at other people, even not meaning to. Yeah. But it's like if like
I'll be walking down the street and I'll do a double take. I'm like, what? Oh, hey.
Well, yeah. If like some girl has her boobs out or her butt or whatever, you're gonna be like,
I'm gonna take a peek.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'm not gonna look. My eyes,
I'm gonna shun like a Catholic nun.
Yeah, so pretty much.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure those nuns are checking other people out.
I think it's hard. It would be hard not to check anybody out. And like I said, I have a very rare palate, so I don't check out many people. But I mean, when I do, it's just like, hey, like, I can appreciate you.
Yeah.
I'm allowed. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's kind of goes hand in hand where it's like if it's our natural instinct to, I mean, that's why people cheat.
Yeah. Because
wrongly. It's not right.
We condemned it. But I can understand it.
To me, it's kind of like, just break up with me. Like, I think I'd rather get dumped than cheat on. I think anybody would, but for some reason, people want to have their cake and eat it too. Yeah. So I guess
some people have open relationships where they're together. It's just that they fuck other people.
I truly wonder how that works though, because it's like, do you live with this person? It's like, okay, honey, I'll be back. I'm gonna go fuck Jennifer. Like, you know,
like you're gonna have two people who are totally 100% okay with that situation.
Yeah,
and that's gonna be really fucking hard. Like, it's already hard finding like the one.
Yeah.
You gotta find the one that's okay with you fucking other people.
Right. I would think
one of them is fucking other people more than you.
Yeah, and I don't. Well, especially for me because I'm a girl, so it's kind of like as a girl you go up, who wants to have sex with me?
And like 500 dudes raise their hands.
And a guy like you.
Like you. I have to put in effort. I have to work for it.
Goes as this, who wants to have sex with me? Be like,
it's fucking cricket. Fucking crickets.
So yeah, I mean, as a girl, going up against the men, you're gonna lose, man. Yeah. You're gonna lose.
There's way more men willing to fuck ugly girls, ugly girls than girls fucking ugly guys.
You're stupid.
I shouldn't have said that.
You're so rude. I just knew you were talking about me. No.
Cut that out.
It's okay. I could take a joke.
You're crying. You're red-facing crying.
No, okay, but I just think it's funny. So, basically, when we're in shitty relationships, like, because, like I said, we talked about this before, people will stay in shitty relationships for the longest time. And there's something in the back of their mind, or even if you're just getting back with that ex you said you're 3 times you're not going to get back with, there's always something in our minds that tells us, you know what, it's bullshit, don't do it, the red flags are up, and our mind is telling us, just stop, like, let it go, it's time to cut it loose.
But your heart says otherwise.
You know, I'm
or in my case, my dick.
Yeah, but here's my thing, I am not a heart what it wants kind of person. Once my mind tells me, like, you know what, like,
you gotta stop.
I just ignore the heart, and I say, you know what, I'm gonna be really sad for a long time.
But this is for your own good.
Yeah, but like I said, it mind boggles me how people will ignore that. They will ignore that sense.
They'll ignore that little logical thing in their head that's telling them, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, we'll ignore it for whatever reason. Should I have this one night stand? Probably not, but the girl, but he's really cute. But yeah, we just are like, my ex cheated on me and did all this stuff like a bunch of times, but he's being so sweet now.
He can change. I can change him.
No, and that's the problem, is that people change, but only if they want to. Yeah. So chances are, if like you're taking back a cheater, he's gonna remain a cheater.
I mean, we don't want to say once a cheater, always a cheater.
But once a cheater, always a cheater.
I mean, if he cheated on his girlfriend for you, you know. Yeah. You know, that's probably a good indicator.
I just think that if basically like girls like me, who was once, I guess, a homewrecker, as you call it. No, but honestly, if like a guy, you know, cheats on you for another woman or breaks up with you for another woman or vice versa, what that new woman is like, how can she not think that he wouldn't do the same thing to her?
Yeah. It's like that should be a red flag.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, oh, he's leaving his wife for me. How romantic. But for some reason...
This is true love.
Yeah, but for some reason, our logic is just so fucking far gone, and I don't understand that. So it's like, for me, it's like, if you hurt me or you screw me over, you do something like that, it's like, my mind is frosty ice. Like, you kind of turn into that bitch mode where you're like, okay, like, it's time to let go, it's time to cut the cord, and you move on and you're done with it.
Yeah.
But that's why I don't really fall into the heart wants what it wants, because you should listen to that logic in your head that's telling you, like, this is a bad idea.
I feel like you should, like, follow your logic that's sort of guided by your heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because my heart's gonna tell me all kinds of shit I don't want to feel or hear.
Honestly, I think it's just because if you listen to your mind, it's depressing. It's like your heart's like, I can do anything, and your brain's like, statistically, you're not. You're
be more realistic.
Yeah, for real.
But legit, like, if you have to weigh the pros and cons of whether or not to be with somebody, if you have to even consider
that, then
well, he cheated on me, he stole my money, like, he mooched off me, he did all
has
this.
a son.
But he's got a really nice penis. Like, okay, I feel like I'm being so harsh on the women. It's guys too. Like, they know, like, this girl's scandalous, this girl screwed me over, she ignored me. She's drama. But, like...
But that sweet, sweet pussy.
Oh my god. But yeah, no, I know of a guy exactly right now. He just broke up, or his girlfriend just broke up with him, I think, for, like, the third, fourth time. They had, like,
They're
on and off. And he's like, she said she hates me, she's saying all this mean stuff about me, and I was like... Yet
you're still
like, you continue to pursue and try and make things work
it's like
with this person.
Stop. Move away.
Well, I told him, I was like, just stop it, like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I can't help what I feel. It's like, yes you can.
Kill it.
Man up. Yes you can, because like I said, not saying it's not going to hurt like shit for a while, but I think your mind can recognize what's toxic for you. So my heart may feel one thing, but in my head it's like, you know what, you got to recognize this person is no good for you. No matter what you feel, this person is bad for you, and you need to cut it loose. But like I said,
some people prefer just to tune that out.
At least, like, if we're unhappy, we're together. Like, we're still together. But honestly, it's like, it makes me sad when I see those kind of, like unhealthy
relationships. Like, where they're kind of forcing themselves, trying to make it work when it's, like, ruining their lives. Yeah,
like those unhealthy patterns. But it's like, you know, I understand especially if you've been in a long-term relationship, there are rough patches. There's certain times where you want to strangle them. There's certain times where
they want to kill you too.
Yeah, because let's be honest, I'm not the easiest to deal with. But anyways, I mean, if your rough patch is becoming a year patch, or you say, like, I can't remember the last time I felt happy, then it's like...
Maybe step back and take a long, hard look at your relationship.
Yeah, but it's easy to kind of reevaluate, like, especially if, you know, you've already kind of had previous or past relationships. You can kind of learn. It's like all like a learning experience, and then once you kind of understand, like, I think this is what I'm looking for, and you kind of learn, because like people will stay in these relationships and they break up and it's like, who am I anymore? Like, you become so self-absorbed, or you become so absorbed into like one singular person that you have no... You can't be by yourself.
Yeah, you're kind of lost a bit of your identity.
Right. And I didn't even really realize my attachment to my boyfriend until we were long distance for a little over a year. And, you know, once he left, I was like, you know, I'm cool. Like, it's no problem. Or whatever.
A week later,
I was, like, crying myself to sleep. Like, why? Like, why did he leave?
Why me?
But you know what? It's like, we don't really recognize just how attached we are to somebody until they're gone.
Yeah, just taking it for granted. Yeah. I'm like, all those lazy times I just wanted to watch TV. And I didn't want to pay attention. But yeah, and I think just even other times you're just like, especially... Now that I went a year pretty much like being on my own, like I slept by myself, I had my own routine, I did my workouts, I went to school, I'm doing work, and I had my whole routine laid out for me. And then it's kind of like, you don't know, you can learning how to kind of like exist on your own, and you're not so like
dependent on somebody. It's just a different, more, it's a different feeling.
Yeah.
Because now it's like I can do things and I can live on my own, and I can, I'm not so like, so what are you doing? I'm like, because I feel like I was a stage 5 clinger. I was like, so what are we doing today?
Like every day he was gone, you just kept calling him like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, like I think for the first week I blew up his phone. Like, so what are you doing? He's like, I'm still driving. Like, same thing I was doing 5 minutes ago. But I mean, like, you can't help it. But like I said, after a year of doing that, it's kind of like, then you learn so much. I can definitely see why people told me, like, just stay single for a while. Like, do your own thing. Do this. Because you learn, when you're on your own, you learn so much about yourself that you just never really pointed out before.
Yeah.
And you're just like, wow, like, I'm a real bitch. Like,
now that I think about it.
No wonder, But I mean, yeah, so now that you're trying to, like, I don't know. I mean, am I the only one?
No, I think everyone goes through phases like that where they find themselves alone and sad.
Because you've been single, what, 10 years?
Yeah, a couple years now.
A couple years?
I love it. I love being single. Yeah, it's so nice. I wake up, I'm like, oh, thank God. It's like going out on a drive Sunday morning and seeing people going to church, and you're like,
see like the tears forming in your eyes.
Yeah.
It's not so bad. Like single people love to tell people that they're single until they go home.
Yeah, until they go.
And they're in their own beds and they're by themselves. I'm just kidding. No, seriously. I lived that a year, and yeah, it had its sad moments, but then I was just like, at least I have my dogs.
Yeah, at least I have them with.
You're the real MVP. Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, how's the single life treating you?
It's great. Do whatever I want. Have all this money.
Yeah, well, that's true. You save so much money.
Yeah.
That's true.
Look, like almost all my debts are paid off. So.
I dream of the day. Like, I still like daydream of the day
almost there
when that happens. But then, like, I'm shooting myself in the foot because I was looking at miniature pigs today, and they ran like about $4,000, $5,000, and I just kept sending them to my boyfriend, like, if you don't buy me one of these, like.
I did have a pygmy pig when I was younger. It was like this little pygmy forever small piglet.
Yeah.
And she let me take care of it for a week, and I don't know. Those fuckers are hard to maintain.
Really? They're so cute.
I mean, it was really cute, except they're really loud. They jump really high.
No way.
They jump like I was giving her a bath, and she just jumped right over my head, like, and ran away. And they poop a lot. And if you leave them alone, they'll go eat dust under furniture.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, where would you keep? Because it says that they're indoors. So I'm like, where would you keep them?
I just kept them inside the house, and then he just wandered off and started eating all the dust.
I already did a research. The ladies, like, they come potty trained. I was like, oh. No.
Mine wasn't.
I'm telling you, I will, like, be disowned if I bring another animal to the house. But once I get my own place, I was like, I told my boyfriend, I was like, I hope you like animals because we're going to have a lot. No, but I saw the miniature pigs and I was like,
I want one.
Just all these messages, babe, please. It's like, enough already. Oh my God, yeah. I'm so over this podcast. You guys, I feel still guilty you have to listen to us, and I feel like the meanest person on the planet sometimes. But honestly, it's like my honesty can be mistaken for being very mean, and sometimes the truth hurts.
Yeah. But at least you're not like asshole-ish blunt. Like, you're not like, you look ugly. I'm just being honest. Like, you're not that kind of honest.
I feel like I'm getting there. No,
you're slowly.
Okay, but no. Did you see the part in 13 Reasons Why? Like I said, if you haven't seen it yet, what rock do you live under? But anyways, there's a part where I think his name is Patters, and they were in class, and that's when there was it was a very small scene, and this girl was going up rehearsing their poem or whatever, and she was like, just because I'm not as skinny as that girl doesn't mean I'm fat. And then the guy's like, well, if you're being fat shamed, then maybe you should not be fat. And he just straight up, and everyone's like, oh my God, you're such a dick. I can't believe you. And I was like, dude, Patters is just telling it like it is.
He's just laying it out there.
No, but like like I said, it gets me in trouble, but honestly, I just try and I just try and be honest. And you know, I like to see people who are like happy with themselves and they're on that journey to self-love, because if you're
cool with yourself, then that's good.
If you're cool with yourself, then that's great, but like a lot of people aren't, and they just kind of like accept it, like, this is how I am.
They just sound so defeated.
Yeah, and that just like bums me out, because it's like, why? Like, you have so much more, there's so much more to life than just like, you know, inside and laying on the couch, and you know, like I said,
you can change.
Yeah, I have my moments. There's a lot of
Unless
times.
you're short and you have a micro dick, you're fucked. Kill yourself.
No.
Don't.
But there's times where it's like, I want to be a lazy piece of shit, and I want to lay on the couch, and I don't want to work out, and I literally have to force myself. And there's girls at my boot camp that are trying, like, they are overweight, and I see them, they are like red like a tomato by the end, and they're like really pushing, and I seriously, like, it makes me so happy to see them going for it, because it's like, dude, like, you do you're determined, rock. You have a goal, freaking go for it. Because like I said, there's a lot of people out there that just kind of accept,
just stay home,
or they complain and not do, and that's what bothers me too. It's like, don't complain that you feel, like I do all the time. Don't complain that you feel fat, or that you are having like all these problems with your body and you're sick or whatever,
and you do nothing
to change it. I literally just try to fast all day today, and it's so hard.
Especially with all those pastries outside.
Yeah, of course. So one day I'm like, you know what? I'm going to drink water. Like, I'm going to fast today. I'm going to give my body some time to, like, cleanse, whatever. And then there's a whole tray full of pastries. I'm just like,
cupcakes, Danishes, muffins.
Mm-hmm. And I just had to stare at it and drink my water and cry. But anyways, no, thank you guys.
Thank you guys for listening.
To us.
You blanked out there.
If you are still listening, I'm really sorry.
For what you just went through.
You have to listen to us. But I mean, like I said, our whole goal is just to make you laugh. Maybe a hint of inspiration, perhaps.
Hopefully.
The faintest.
Just a little bit.
But anyways, yeah. Let's
get the fuck out of here.
Let's get the fuck out of here. I want to go home.
Yeah.
All right. Peace out, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.